Hey everyone, it's Chrissy from Chrissy's Beautiful Life, and I'm here to do my lift and sketch for this month with Rachel. And here is the beautiful sketch that we are using by Brenda Ragsdale. So this month, I decided to challenge myself to use only the carousel collection from Makey Homes and these two photos that were taken when I went to our local carnival. So in Vancouver, it is called the PNE, and it stands for Pacific National Exhibition Center or something along those lines. And it's pretty large because it is in the city of Vancouver. And we decided that instead of going on the weekend and like making kind of a date night out of it, that instead we were going to go one day. Sean took the day off of work and we went. And so I really wanted to document how this was a date, even though Nora was with us. And so you're going to see that within my title. I leave a few bits and pieces in that normally I don't, because I just want you to see how I went about choosing things. So to start with, I'm going to show you how I chose my paper. I knew I wanted to only use the carousel collection, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted. I am in these photos am wearing a yellow shirt, and in the one photo where Nora's there too, you can see that I'm wearing yellow, so I wanted to bring that out just a little bit. And so that's how I was able to decide on this beautiful yellow that you see there. That was my first decision. And then trying to play off of what to do next, I wasn't sure. Like, I grabbed a piece of white for the base to begin with, but wasn't sure. I was thinking maybe I could find the perfect piece to use as a backing, and that never did come to tuition. It does stay white, but I thought about it. I do look at the cut apart though, and do see this that says Summer Carnival, and this does happen in the summer, so I figured that would be really appropriate to add for it. And because this collection is so very carnival-ish feeling, obviously, because it's called Carousel, I wanted to take advantage of some of those pieces that maybe you wouldn't normally use on a layout, because you're not necessarily scrapping about that situation. But in this one, because I actually am, I wanted to be able to highlight some of that with a little bit of the ephemera that I decided to choose here. And so I'm still, you can see, I'm literally looking through every single sheet, and I decide in the end to go with the one that you see down that's on the bottom right now, that greeny one. Now let me tell you, it was hard to use that at first because the back of it has this really cool pink and yellow, and I wanted to I have this thing where you like something, you like both sides, and you really want to save it for something. I don't know what I'm wanting to save it for, but I wanted to save it. But I told myself, no, I'm going to use it. I still have a nice big chunk of it to use for when I do decide to use that. So in the end, everything will be fine, and I'll be able to use it. And you will actually see I use the fun variants of the yellow and pink in just a minute. You'll see that as I put it together and why and how it happens. But to make this layout, it was pretty easy. I followed the sketch in line with the doing a pattern and all of that, and then kind of just, and where my photos are kind of offset. The rest of it I kind of flipped to myself. Now you can see I'm flipping the top over there. The reason why is it was too much teal and too much yellow going on, but when I reversed each strip at the top, it was just enough. It was a pop of each color, and I really liked those banners. That kind of was a happy moment, so I thought that worked well because it kind of documented that. So I'm going to go with that because I love the way that looks. And then I'm taking advantage of every little ounce of that beautiful little 3x4 card because it has the yellow and pink floral, and I love that. I think that's so pretty. And so I'm just going to use it as just a little layer underneath my photos. And I do end up popping up just the one photo where it's the three of us that gets popped up on foam, and the other one doesn't. The other one I'm going to keep down nice and flat so that there's a little bit of dimension onto my layout. So I'm liking that. I've gotten everything glued down now because I like the way that it looks. And now I'm going to add kind of those little touches that kind of help really mimic the fact that it's part of the sketch. So to start with, I do use the tag from the collection. I really think that it works. It's not the same pattern. I do bring in that floral color, but I like that pop. I was okay with it, even though it's more of a green tone than what the rest of it kind of looks like. I'm going to take off all the backing for, like I said, the foam. And I am kind of silly when it comes to my fun film, where I have to cut it into little bits because I want to save as much of it as possible, even though it costs like $5 from Walmart, but I have to save every little tiny bit of it. I'm also going to add these two little bits here. On a layout I did for my 30 days of sketches, I cut each one of those as a backing for another layout about the same day, and I just thought it was fitting to have that in here as well. These aren't going in the same album. This one is going into an album that just kind of documents Sean and myself. So it's okay that I'm using the same collection and the same bit because they're not going side by side. And if they were, that'd be okay too, because you could definitely tell that it was all in line with the same day. And that even might be something to think about if you're documenting a day, but that has multiple layouts. Maybe bring the collection all the way through that so that it's really obvious that they're all kind of the same thing. But for me, this is going into a different album, so I don't really mind. And now I'm going to work on my title, and it is going to be long. I title this, Sometimes Date Night is During the Day and includes 3. So what this is talking about in my journaling, that I'm going to just do a little tag that slips in between the pages, but it's just going to talk about this was a date for us. But Nora, obviously, we weren't going to leave her anywhere. She's pretty little still. And so we took her with us, and it was a lot of fun. We got to kind of taste our way through the whole carnival, which was really fun. My favorite part of the whole thing. And it was a lot of fun, and she was there, and we obviously had fun with her too, but it was more just kind of getting out and having a nice date night, even though it was the middle of the day and she was with us. So that's kind of what this is talking about, and really my journaling could be all within my title, but I will probably have a little extra because I like to write a lot when it comes to journaling. I like to have a little meat to the backbone of the story, so I'm going to do that probably. And then my finishing touches to this layout, I thought I had done them on camera, but you know what? They aren't on there. I don't know what happened, if it kind of stopped doing it because my phone was full, my memory card was full, or what happened. But all I do is add a few hearts from the sticker sheet, and I believe I outlined everything with a black pen. Oh, sorry, something happened. And I believe I outlined everything with a black pen, and that kind of helps tie in all the other little black elements within my title and then the flowers and stuff. So I like that. I did add, a few flowers. You can see I'm tracing everything here. When I went to go trace around the edges, I did, however, realize that my banner part, that teal, wasn't actually lined up completely against my thing, and it looked really funny, and it was very obvious that when I went to trace my lines what was going on. So I do have to go and fix that. It took me a minute. I ripped a little bit of the backing and stuff like that, but because it's all covered up, that's not really a big deal. But I'm proud of myself. So I used just my carousel collection. I didn't go into anything else other than my letters. And I love this layout. I think it's fun, and it definitely tells the story I wanted to tell. So I'm very pleased with the way it turned out. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to check out Rachel's awesome take for this month's sketch. And next month, we will be back with both lift and sketch. So we're back to 2 times a month for you. And I hope that you are having a fantastic October, and I'll see everyone really soon. Bye.